Hey there guys, I am SonicGhost, and welcome to my next Let's Play of Pikmin. This is a redo Let's Play, actually, of Pikmin. I've already done this game back in February, but the first Let's Play I didn't give this game justice, and plus, in my opinion, it wasn't all that good of a Let's Play, so I decided let's redo this. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the game here. Start a new game, and let's go. Now, once this opening cutscene is over and we get into the actual gameplay itself, that's when I'll explain why I'm redoing this. So let's just see what's going to happen. I see a spaceship. That's always a good thing to see. And it's Captain Olimar, the main character of this series. Technically, so far, this game only has, this series only has 2 games, but you get the point. And he ran into a crash collision there with an asteroid. That's never a good thing. There goes a ship, burning up in the atmosphere, and his ship breaks up into multiple parts. We'll be getting more into that a little later on. Dang. The impact site. Our first area. Let's begin. And we start by waking up, and we get to see our ship all wrecked.
My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out and awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded! To make matters worse, my astronomical sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then... No, better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts.
And with that, now we start. After that little flashback, that was just an example of how this LP was in the beginning. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this over. I had bad audio quality. I actually recorded that LP when I was a little sick, too, so my voice was all nasally, and I did not like that at all. So, let's just first start off by heading over to this onion here. Ooh. Well, actually, Olimar will name it now, but this little thing is called an onion. And we found the red onion, one of 3 of these things we'll find around. A strange thing has appeared before me. I have barely begun my search when it reared up as it was waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What was it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too. So going over the basic controls of this game here, I'm playing the Wii version as you see. So A button allows you to throw things or attack. Control 6 always to move, and you point around the screen to point your cursor. B button's to use your whistle. And you can control the camera with the Z button to move it around. This, we'll go over what this command is a little later. You can use left and right on the D-pad to zoom in the camera. Up on the D-pad to give you an overhead shot. But I'm not really going to use the overhead shot all that much. Maybe once in a while. So let's see, what is this thing? The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil. Now to produce an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light as it sways back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press this A button. What is this A button you speak of? Aww, so cute. Look at its adorable face. Extraordinary. When I plucked the sprout and turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. And now it's going to explain the basic controls. I'm not really going to go over that. So now he's also talked about camera controls. I've explained most of this. So now, going over some of the extra controls. The C button will basically dismiss your Pikmin, and you can dismiss them by groups, which we'll get into that later on once we have more groups of Pikmin. Then, if you use the A button, you can throw your Pikmin wherever you aim. Throwing a Pikmin at a pellet like this will have it carry it back to base. The number above the fraction there is how many Pikmin are on it. The number below it is how many Pikmin is needed just to carry that object back to base. Astonishing, not onions swarm more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvest after cutting down flour appears to be some type of food that can I'm not gonna read anymore, I'm sorry. I'm getting flashbacks to the original LP again where I sometimes struggled on words and like propagate what? I just don't want to risk it, so I skipped it. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. But I don't want to risk having really bad grammar. I don't want to risk it. Alright, so I guess now while mentioning that, I can explain one of the many reasons why I wanted to redo this game. Now, I originally did this game back in February when I first started LPing alongside Majora's Mask. But when I did this when I was still learning what to say when I record. And also when I was still getting in the habit of just talking freely like this. I was not this talkative back then. I barely spoke. Even in the first episode, you kind of noticed that. And it was the episode where I was explaining a lot of stuff too, which was sad. But now that I'm much better at LPing, I can actually talk a lot more and keep a fluid commentary going. I find that doing this game again, it's a really good idea. I won't redo Majora's Mask again. That was my first LP. I don't need to because it only took me a few episodes to actually get into the groove of LPing and get good commentary down. It didn't take all that long for me to get that, but in this game, I actually did it in like 1 or 2 sittings. Both of those sittings, I wasn't really all that prepared to do a proper commentary for this game and, you know, do it right. Oh, and I forgot one control. Pressing down the D-pad and pointing around will swarm your Pikmin around things. So that's really helpful for later on. You'll see why. Actually, just a little bit. But I improved a lot, and actually, I was very silent in my first LP. If you guys actually want to see that first LP, I'll link you to the playlist of me playing this game for the first time. You know, it wasn't the first time, but I'm gonna have a link down there. Go check it out if you dare. And you'll see the original videos of me playing Pikmin. You can see every single day. All the way to the end of this game. I advise you though, if you don't want to get spoilers, don't watch that until I finish this LP first. The new one. The Pikmin are curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I learned about Pikmin conduct. And then he basically repeats the controls of the game. Not gonna pay any attention to that, or that little thing over there. We'll get into what that little item is in a little bit. Let me just throw 6 Pikmin on that, 2 Pikmin on that, 2 Pikmin on that, and 1 more on this guy just to be safe. You're gonna be doing this a lot throughout the game. There you go. Now you see how fast these Pikmin move if you put more things on the item they're carrying? That's advisable. But they move pretty slow right now. There are 3 stages of Pikmin. We'll get into that on the second day, which is another thing I'll need to explain. There is 3 forms of Pikmin. There's Leaf Pikmin, what we have now, which they move pretty slow. There is Bud Pikmin, which is the second stage of Pikmin. If you leave them in the ground, they'll turn to buds. Those guys are a little stronger and a little faster. And then there are Flower Pikmin, which is the best type. They move really fast, and Olmar's basically saying if you repeatedly tap A, you can pull Pikmin out of the ground. And if a Pikmin seems to be a different color, that means they're not active in your party. So that's what he was talking about. But Flower Pikmin are the best type of Pikmin to have because they move very fast. They are very strong. And when they carry stuff back, they carry a lot faster. Bud Pikmin, they carry things pretty fast back to base, but Flower Pikmin carry things a lot faster. So it's advisable when you flower these guys up to have them flower. And you can see Pikmin trip a lot like that guy just did. Now, the day system. Explain what that is real quick. There is a total of 30 days in this game, like Olimar said in the very beginning. And the first day has no time limit, but each day will have about a 15-minute time limit to get everything done. So, you just want to plan out all your moves. That's what this game mostly is. A real-time strategy game where you have to think ahead a lot because of the time limit. So let's check out what this item is here, sitting on the ground. Nice pistons you got there. Amazing, there's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before me in my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I've already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me. But how will I get back to the dolphin? Swarm at my Pikmin! Swarm! This is what swarming will help you out with. Get Pikmin on things like this a lot faster. Now it's going to take a while to get back to base, so I guess I could talk a tiny bit more about the mechanics, and I don't have to talk about it anymore, luckily. So, I've already explained about the day system. I already explained about all this, the parts, and there's 30 parts in the game. So technically you get a part a day. You can finish the game in 30 days, but we're going to be doing this in a 12-day run like I did originally. It's very possible for me to do. It's not all that hard anymore. I've played this game so many times. But to explain a little bit more about what the stuff here is at the bottom, right here, this is the number of Pikmin you currently have following you, current number of Pikmin out in the field, and how many Pikmin you have in total. That's what these three things down here are. So, you can only have 100 Pikmin out in the field at a time. So looking at those numbers, they're very, very important. Especially later on, if you need to have a large sum of Pikmin to carry back certain items. You gotta know what you have out on the field, and you gotta know how many more you can take out. And now that they brought the engine back, we're ready to get out of here. Well, at least this part of the planet. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back towards home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. And after every day is done, you get to see this little end of day scene where the Pikmin will go back in their onions and Olimar will head back to his ship. It's a very relaxing scene with very good music, I might add. Beam me up, Scotty! Alright, so now that we're done with all this here in the impact site for now, we get to leave. It's very important to have your Pikmin back at base with you or back in their onions at the end of the day, because you can leave Pikmin behind. You can't do it on the first day, but any other day you can potentially leave Pikmin behind. If you do that, you're going to lose them forever. One day since impact, I've somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface. Or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems that will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hawkatate. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As that holds the keys to my survival, I'll name it the Forest of Hope. I'll explore it tomorrow. That we shall. And basically what this shows at the end of the day, this will show you the number of Pikmin you've sprouted, lost in battle, left behind. It'll show all your totals out of all the 30 days of the game. You know, all the days in total, I should say. So this number will expand a lot more later on. So for now, let's go ahead and save and head off to the main map. So we'll head back to the impact site later on, so you can see there's a star missing there. Basically, the stars will show you how many parts you collect in that area. If the star is glowing, you've collected that many parts. So if there's a star not glowing, that's how many parts you still need to collect there. But we can't go back there yet, so we'll head off to the Forest of Hope next time, guys. So next time on Let's Play Pikmin, we're going to head off to the Forest of Hope and start exploring this new area. So I'll see you guys next time.